Good Thursday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to Fuzzy's Country Corner, brought to you tonight by Cowboys Nightclub, Julian's Po' Boys, live and local Acadiana.com. On tonight's show, we have a very special sit-down with the one and only, the legendary Freddie Pate is here with us to talk about his record, Crossroads, from his time with Wayne Toops and Zada Cajun to his time on the West Coast. It's just, prepare yourself to be absolutely amazed at what we have for you in store for the Country Corner this week. Don't forget that this show will be up on YouTube, and for you YouTube listeners, thank you so much for giving us a try. This is RadioLouisiana.com, and this is Fuzzy's Country Corner, and we thank you so much for tuning in with us. We're going to kick things off with a little something from Freddie Pate. It's called I'll Do Whatever It Takes.
You're listening to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
Let me tell you something I think you ought to know. Here's just a list of promises to help our sweet love grow. I'll always be faithful, will honor and obey. And when times get tough, I won't give up. I'll do whatever it takes. Keep a steady job, pay all the bills, and try always to care. And when you need that special something, you know that I'll be there. I'll do my share of laundry, make a real good gumbo. And when you wash, you know I'll dry and take the trash out to the road. I'll pick you pretty flowers and love your mama too, and give all that I've got to give to no one else but you. Well, I may not be perfect and I'm gonna make mistakes, but always know that for your love I'll do whatever it takes.
Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com, brought to you by Cowboys Nightclub and Julian's Po' Boys. Go check out our great sponsors. Cowboys has live music every Thursday through Saturday night. And Julian's Po' Boys, some of the best po' boys in town. We sit down with Freddie Pate next. Here's Ken Holloway.
She comes from the right side of town. Me, I ran with that honky-tonk crowd. They said girls like her don't fall for guys like me. Just one night together's all I'd need. So I took her out to the rodeo. We danced all night to a George Strait show. That girl fell for the countryside of me. She loves climbing in my old pickup truck. She hops on in and cranks the music up. She loves my Wranglers tight as they can be. That girl sure loves the countryside of me. Pickup truck. She hops on in and cranks the music up. And she loves my Wranglers tight as they can be. That girl sure loves the countryside of me. She loves climbing in my old pickup truck. She hops on in and cranks the music up. She loves my Wranglers tight as they can be. That girl sure loves the countryside of me. Yeah, that girl sure loves the countryside of me.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
We've got the one and only Mr. Freddie Pate joining us.
How about you, man? How's everything?
Man, everything's going great. How are things on your end of the world?
Good. Busy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
A good thing.
Yeah, gigs all over the place, right?
I am.
Well,
Things
you know,
are well.
Freddie, I was shocked whenever I got your email and you said, "Hey, man, I want to come on the show, man." That was just big for me.
Man, we've been friends a while.
Yeah, we've probably going on 10 years now.
And I had no idea about Radio Louisiana until I think Jeff Dugan was on, and I listened to that interview. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, Jeff, absolute huge response last week.
Yeah.
We
Jeff, I've said this before many times, For my money, Jeff Dugan's probably the best country singer to come out of Louisiana.
Absolutely. Most people wouldn't know the history of Freddie Pate unless they've been coming to see you for 30 plus years. Why don't you tell us where it started in the beginning?
Well, I grew up in Los Angeles, and my grandma and grandpa raised me from the time I was about 3 days old. And my grandma was really nurtured the music thing. Nobody in my family was really musical. But she nurtured it, and she told the story that she got a vision that that's what I was supposed to do, and she really took it to heart. And so they started literally. I've got pictures of me in the crib with a guitar. I mean, standing. I can't hardly stand up, And so I started there, and of course I called her Colonel Parker all the time because, man, she talked me onto some shows that I'm sure I had no business being on.
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com.
Hey, old friend, it's good to see you too. That rumor you've been hearing, it's sad, but it's true. Jill finally walked out, she don't love me anymore. Thought my whole world would end with the slamming of the door. It's gonna take a little Jack to get me over Jill. I'm not gonna quit drinking until I either lose her memory or my mind. Bartender set 'em up for me, one shot at a time. I'm gonna sit on this old bar stool until they drag me out of here. It's gonna take a little Jack to get me over Jill. Called my dad on the telephone. you can't stay there in that big old house alone. I thought I'd drown my sorrows in an ice cold beer, but I needed something stronger, friend, that's why I'm here. It's gonna take a little Jack to get me over Jill, and I'm not gonna quit drinking until I either lose a memory or my mind. Bartender set 'em up for me, one shot at a time. I'm gonna sit on this old bar stool until they drag me out of here. It's gonna take a little Jack to get me over Jill. To get me over Jill, and I'm not gonna quit drinking until I either lose a memory or my mind. Bartender set 'em up for me, one shot at a time. I'm gonna sit on this old bar stool till they drag me out of here. It's gonna take a little Jack to get me over Jill. It's gonna take a little Jack to get me over Jill.
Dustin Saunier and Gonna Take a Little Jack to Get You Over Jill on Fuzzy's Country Corner, RadioLouisiana.com. Fuzzy's Country Corner is brought to you by Cowboys Nightclub, Julian's Po' Boys, and liveandlocalacadiana.com. Go check out all of our great sponsors. Lots of details on what they do and what they can do for you is online. Right now, we're going to go to the national spotlight. This man had a big old record deal and a bunch of big old hit records just like this one. It's Politics, Religion, and Her. Sammy Kershaw on RadioLouisiana.com. You're in Fuzzy's Country Corner. More with Freddie Pate next.
Hey, old buddy, how you been? Not much has changed here on my end. No, I don't think she's coming back. We better not get into that. Let's talk about baseball. Talk a little small talk. There's gotta be a good joke that you've heard. Let's talk about NASCARs, old Hollywood movie stars. Let's talk about anything in this world, but politics, religion, and her. Politics can start a fight. Religion's hard to know who's right. One more topic I won't touch. Well, that one's her, it hurts too much. Let's talk about baseball. Talk a little small talk. There's gotta be a good joke that you've heard. Let's talk about NASCARs, old Hollywood movie stars. Let's talk about anything in this world, but politics, religion, and her. Let's talk about NASCAR. talk about anything in this world, but politics, religion, and her. But politics, religion, and her.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
So did the singing thing come natural, or was it Freddie Pate, the guitar player, originally?
No. I'm just a singer, and I always tell people this, and I know it sounds kind of trite to say, but it's really not. I have very little to do with it. I mean, I open my mouth and it comes out, and put the guitar on and it plays, kind of deal. Because back when I was probably 13, I guess. I mean, I'd already been playing guitar. I knew all my chords by the time I was probably 6, 7, 8 years old. I mean, I could play songs, but I never played lead guitar, the first lead guitar song I ever learned was Folsom Prison Blues.
Wow, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Don't tell me it was a new record either.
Yeah.
Don't you tell me that.
No, it wasn't. And then when I was about, I guess, 13 or 14 is really when I started really wanting to learn how to play lead guitar. And so I started playing and just went out to, when I was about 14, 15 years old, I was actually playing 6 nights a week.
Oh, wow.
And the guys in the band, of course, they were all grown men, that I was playing with. And they would go out to the after hours. In LA, they had after hours clubs. And like the regular band played from 9 to 2 or 9 to 1. And then another band would come on at 2 and play till 6. And then another band would come on at 8 and play till noon. And then another band would come on at 2 and play till 6. And then the
24 hours a day.
Basically, yeah.
And what was the music then?
Country.
The Bakersfield sound, or?
Yeah, kind of that, but it was radio country, so to speak, at that time, but that's when guys like Mo Bandy were out, and Ronnie Millsap had just come out in the 70s, and so it was country music for sure, or the ones I went to.
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com.
If you want Mexican food, you may want to find an El Paso Mexican Grill. So tasty, so authentic, with specials every Monday through Thursday and live music on the patio on Fridays and Saturdays. It's the best happy hour in Acadiana with 2-for-1 margaritas. Find a location today at elpasomex.com. That's elpasomex.com. Are you looking for live music, events, and festivals in Louisiana? Then you're in the right place. It's all here at liveandlocalacadiana.com. All Louisiana, all the time. liveandlocalacadiana.com.
Catch Fuzzy's Country Corner right here on RadioLouisiana.com Thursday evenings from 5 to 7.
Join me every Thursday night right here on RadioLouisiana.com as we talk to country music's greatest artists. Who will we have next week? Keep checking online and we'll show you. RadioLouisiana.com.
All country, all the time. Fuzzy's Country Corner.
I'm driving on this lonely road. It's been way too long since I've made it home. Been missing you with your lovely smile, wanting you more with every single mile. Traveling lifestyle's really hard to do. No matter what I try, I can't get my mind off of you. Living without you, girl, is a heavy load. Driving down this lonely road. Same old show in the different town. Oh, how I wish I had you around. This time apart has got me feeling blue. Your memory, girl, will help me make it through. And this traveling lifestyle's really hard to do. No matter what I try, I can't get my mind off of you. Living without you, girl, is a heavy load. Driving down this lonely road, and these wheels just keep on turning, while my heart just keeps on burning. Living without you, girl, is a heavy load. Driving down this lonely road.
Blaine Roy and Second Wind there on Fuzzy's Country Corner, RadioLouisiana.com. Good evening. Thank you for coming out and checking this out. And if you're listening on the internet for the very first time, we really, really appreciate it. Thanks so much to our great sponsors. Speaking of sponsors, Cowboys Nightclub, a proud sponsor of Fuzzy's Country Corner. Live entertainment there every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Go check out Donovan and the gang. Tell my brother, because he truly is my brother, that Fuzzy sent you, and you'll get the VIP treatment right there at Cowboys Nightclub. Now, what we've been doing is a little something called the Country Corner Spotlight. More to come with Freddie Pate in a little while. But right now, from Lake Charles, Louisiana, here's Miss Sarah Duga. It's something called Boots, Bras, and Draws.
Country Corner Spotlight.
Well, there were boots, bras, and drawers laying all over my bedroom floor. And I was packing up to leave him when he came stomping through that door. He said, "What's going on here?" I said, "I'm leaving you for good." And I left him crying as I packed up my boots, bras, and drawers. Well, I've been thinking about leaving him since the day we got together. 'Cause he got to talking about a marriage and me hanging around forever. He had pictured in his mind me making him a family tree. But in my head it was like Dirk said, still out of leave and left to be. No, I'm just fine with what's mine and my boots, bras, and drawers. Well, there were boots, bras, and drawers laying all over my bedroom floor. And I was packing up to leave him when he came stomping through that door. He said, "What's going
Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
Country music has always been really big on the West Coast. The Palomino Club was there, I don't know, since the 60s, I guess. And everybody that was anybody played the Palomino, and including guys like the Eagles and Bob Dylan, and of course, the country guys, George Jones and all those guys too. But country music's always been really big there for sure.
Yeah, that's an incredible feat, especially being as all the surf rock that went on during that time period, the 50s, 60s, 70s, to have that country influence.
Well,
pop
and
in.
a lot of that music started there, the surf music and like the guys like the Eagles and that stuff. It's kind of sad to say now, but I mean, if the Eagles came out now, they'd be country.
It's true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you listen to Take It Easy, they had banjo and fiddle on that.
And several of their songs had steel guitar, which back then was, almost sacrilege for the country guys. What rock and roll band using a steel guitar?
Yeah, how dare they? What next? Is he going to stand up with it?
So I grew up, around, and so anyway, through the after hours, there was a guy there. The guys in my band said, "Man, you got to go see this guy," and his name was Al Bruno. And so I went out to see him, and just a phenomenal guitar player. And I since learned, befriended him, and literally started driving him around, loading his stuff, tearing it down, packing it up, taking him home, whatever it took.
Wait, Freddie Pate was a roadie?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I did whatever it took to be around him. I'd go to his house and spend several days, and when he'd get up to drink coffee, I'd, hey, come here, show me this, And so he was a really big influence, and I learned a lot of stuff in a short amount of time. And so, and he, at that time, even he won Guitar Player of the Year from the Academy of Country Music like 10 years in a row. He played on movie scores. He played on, what was the cowboy movie? That everybody's talking at me. I don't hear a word. Midnight Cowboy. Yeah. Well, he played on that. He played on Elvis sessions, the Carpenter sessions. I mean, he was a phenomenal guitar player. And so I really got a good bit of schooling from Al for sure.
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com.
Never said nothing about LA. Well, I got here on a hot day. Took a look around. Said, well, now nobody here looks like you anyway. Told me Ventura's the place, so I rented a place. Stuck a handful of flowers in a Goodwill vase. Said right out loud, girl, you're home, and this is what it feels like all alone. You ain't in this living room, sleep on the old green couch. You ain't in this kitchen dragging all the dishes down. You won't ever walk this hall, never make this bed. I got you out of my heart after all. Too bad you're in my head.
You never said nothing about leaving. Now every Tuesday feels like leaving. Try not to think about it, talk about it. It's usually Friday before I'm feeling good enough to wander around town. Find nobody and just hang out now. But it's under my skin, keeps creeping in. It's haunting me, I still can't believe it. I ain't in this living room, sleep on the old green couch. And I ain't in this kitchen dragging all the dishes out. I ain't ever walked this hall, I never made this bed. Oh, I got you out of my heart after all. Too bad you're in my head.
ain't in this kitchen dragging all the dishes out. We won't ever walk this home, mess up this king-size bed. I got you out of my heart after all. Too bad you're in my
I
head.
got you out of my heart after all. Too bad you're in my head.
You never said nothing about it.
Kylie Fry and Randy Rogers there with Too Bad on Fuzzy's Country Corner, RadioLouisiana.com. Thanks so much for everybody tuning in. We really, really appreciate it. If you want to hear your music right here on RadioLouisiana.com, all you have to do is send an email to Fuzzy, F-U-Z-Z-Y, at RadioLouisiana.com.
The moment I laid eyes on her, I knew there was nothing that my poor heart could do. I'd heard about destiny, how some things were just meant to be. I never did believe in love at first sight, 'cause she made me a believer that night. And like a rock, I fell. Oh, it was serious, I could tell. About a 10 on the Richter scale, like an earthquake, my heart shook. With just one look, you can't fight it when it takes you by surprise. That's what it did when her image touched my eyes. All at once I just lost control. She lit a fire deep in my soul. I wasn't looking to find romance, but there it was in the midst of a glance. And like a rock, I fell. Oh, it was serious, I could tell. About a 10 on the Richter scale, like an earthquake, my heart shook. With just one look, I didn't think this could happen to me. And so unexpected, our eyes connected. The rest is history. Like a rock, I fell. Oh, it was serious, I could tell. About a 10 on the Richter scale, like an earthquake, my heart shook. And it was love with just one look. Just one look, just one look.
Fuzzy's Country Corner is brought to you by these local sponsors.
If you want Mexican food, you may want to find it at El Paso Mexican Grill. So tasty, so authentic, with specials every Monday through Thursday and live music on the patio on Fridays and Saturdays. It's the best happy hour in Acadiana with 2-for-1 margaritas. Find a location today at elpasomex.com. That's elpasomex.com. Are you looking for live music, events, and festivals in Louisiana? Then you're in the right place. It's all here at liveandlocalacadiana.com. All Louisiana, all the time. liveandlocalacadiana.com.
Catch Fuzzy's Country Corner right here on RadioLouisiana.com Thursday evenings from 5 to 7.
Join me every Thursday night right here on RadioLouisiana.com as we talk to country music's greatest artists. Who will we have next week? Keep checking online and we'll show you. RadioLouisiana.com.
Music submissions should be sent to Fuzzy at RadioLouisiana.com.
kinda shy, not much on talk. A little overweight with a clumsy walk, but he was light on his feet when he heard the beat. There were pretty boys peddling counterfeit charm, sitting on the bar stools keeping them warm, thinking they were cool, thinking he was a fool. But when the music started and the girls lined up, they couldn't believe their eyes. He'd hold them in his arms, spin them like a top. Every girl wanted a chance. He winked and smiled when the music stopped. You see, boys, you gotta learn to dance. He could dance real fast, he could dance real slow. The boys got jealous when he held the girls close, but he just screamed, kinda rubbing it in. He can dance for miles, he can dance all night. He never danced with the same girl twice, so the boys got mad. They wondered what he had, but what he lacked in looks, he made up for when he got on the floor. He'd hold them in his arms, spin them like a top. Every girl wanted a chance. He winked and smiled when the music stopped. He'd say, boys, you gotta learn to dance. He'd say, boys, your looks will only get you so far. If you can't dance when you get on the floor, the girls ain't gonna come back for more. Then the music started up again, and the girls were all over him. He'd hold them in his arms, spin them like a top. Every girl wanted a chance. He winked and smiled when the music stopped. He say, boys, you gotta learn, boys, you gotta learn, boys, you gotta learn to dance. If you wanna take all the pretty girls home, boys, you gotta learn to dance.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
So, how did you wind up going from the West Coast to Southwest Louisiana?
Well, when I left LA, it's strange, but a guy from Houston, Texas, had came to LA, and he had a nonprofit group called Cinecor, and he decided he wanted to be a singer, which he was not a very good singer, but he had money.
But he was a nice guy.
Yeah, a nice guy, and he had money. So he came to LA to hire some guys to bring them to Houston. He was going to open a nightclub there. And so a bunch of my friends, guys that I had been playing with, took the job and moved to Houston and went down there. And a guy named Terry Martin was playing guitar. And Terry quit. He got in a wrestle with the guy's wife or something, just didn't get along very well. And after I went down and worked there for a while, I understood why, because I quit too. But he quit, and Don Babs, a bass player, called me and said, man, you want to come down here and check this out? We're looking for a guitar player. I said, yeah, why not? I mean, look, now I'm 16, and
How'd Grandma and Grandpa feel about that?
I had already moved out.
Oh, wow.
From there, yeah. It was the age-old Grandpa and Grandma said, as long as you live under this roof, you'll, go by our rules. And I'm not a very good rule go-byer.
You're playing country music in the honky tonk.
Yeah, I'd drag in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning or not come home at all. And so I moved out, and I'd been moved out probably, 8-9 months when this deal came along. And, I told my grandma and grandpa, I said, I'll go down there, a year or so, and I'll come home, and I just never did go back home. I never went back to L.A.
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com.
Why are you doing this to me? 'Cause all you ever wanted was that kiss. I was such a fool to fall, and boy, it was the farthest fall of
If you like a little blues music or some funky old soul, maybe a good old country song or that old-time rock and roll, you'll find it in Austin. And you gotta have a long-neck beer, maybe a glass of Hill Country wine, and spread a little cheer. It's so awesome in Austin, where good times are everywhere. Come on down to 6th Street, lose your blues and cares. It's so awesome in Austin, in the Hill Country town. Come on down to Texas, let us show y'all around. You could catch a game or two if you like some football. Eat that good old Tex-Mex food or barbecue for one and all. Of course, there's the music, new sounds and good old songs. Get up and hit the hardwood floor and two-step all night long. It's so awesome in Austin, where good times are everywhere. Come on down to 6th Street, lose all your blues and cares. It's so awesome in Austin, in the Hill Country town. Come on down to Texas, let us show y'all around. You come on down to Texas, let us show y'all around. Y'all come.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
Right. I don't practice near as much as in fact, I don't practice at all. I should, but I don't. But
Oh, don't tell me that, because it's just gonna make me want to throw my guitars away.
yeah. But I still learn. I mean, I'm learning, but I don't practice like I should. Randy Corner. Somebody told me a story just the other day about Randy, that they had went over to Randy Corner's house, and he sitting there learning a lick or creating a lick or whatever he was doing, and they commented, "Oh well, you about ready to use that one?" He said, "Oh no," he said, "I'll play it another 100 times, practice it before I actually play it on stage."
Oh, wow.
I'm not like that.
No, it's experiment on the fly, man.
Yeah, see if this works,
Yeah, you'll feel it.
Yeah, but I worked in Houston for a long time, and then through that band, I started coming to Crowley, Louisiana, to record for Mr. Miller. They were the staff country band that Mr. Miller would use. We recorded, since the 70s that we started doing that, and they were actually already doing it. And what Mr. Miller would do, he would gather up this was back, you probably don't remember these days, but this was back during the days when people cut 45s. And so I
have an extensive collection, actually.
Yeah, right. Well, he would gather up 10, 15 artists to cut 45s. And so we would drive in Sunday night after the gig. We worked at the Western Swing. We'd drive in Sunday night after the gig, get in about 2 or 3 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock, I guess, in the morning, and sleep till 9, get up at 9, and literally sleeping on the studio floor, basically, and get up around 10, and they'd start running them in there, and we would cut till 2 or 3 o'clock the next morning, lay down, get back up Tuesday morning, and do the same thing, and then drive back Tuesday night to Houston. So I've been coming back and forth to Crowley. And through that connection, a guy named R.P. Harrell, piano player. You know R.P.?
Yeah, no, I know R.P. Real well.
Yeah.
R.P.'s actually playing with Clay Cooper now in Branson.
I've been with him for a long time, actually. Yeah. I think he's driving his bus, too, and stuff.
Oh, man, that's... I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's not very much fun.
Yeah.
But, so R.P. went to work at Mr. Miller's, at the studio. And so I started recording the first album back in Someday. And so we started recording, and during that time, RP went to work with Wayne Toops. And
so what year was that, Freddie?
That was 1985. And so RP kept after me. I actually had moved to Dallas at that time, and RP kept after me. He said, man, you got to go see this guy I'm working with, this Wayne Toops guy. And I'm like, man, look, you know, I love you and everything, but I don't want to go see no accordion player. You understand?
Yeah.
No desire. Well, he kept after me, kept needling me about it, and I was down here actually recording some of the vocals for that album, and I happened to be here on a Saturday night, and Wayne was playing at the Quarter Pole that next day, this Sunday. And so RP said, I got you. Because I was staying with him, so he said, you're going today. So I went out to the Quarter Pole, and man, I had never heard anything like that. I immediately just fell in love with it. I'm just like a freight train, man. It was, I mean, and I tell this story all the time that, you know, I know what the guy felt like that first heard the Beatles, because I had never heard anything like that. And I'm telling you, I fell in love. So me and Wayne became friends. And when they would come to Dallas, I'd go see them, and I used to tease Wade Richard all the time. You know, I'd say, "Look, man, you know, I'll give you $400 or $500 for your equipment, buy you a bus ticket, and you going home, and I'll go with Wayne." You know, and but in 1990, Wade, well, actually the latter part of '89, Wade quit for whatever reason. He left the band, and Wayne called and said, "Hey, man, look, you know, Wade's leaving. Would you be interested in taking the gig?" And I said, "Absolutely, man."
Single bars and blind dates, classifieds and Match.com. So many lonely people searching for true love. That one in a million can be so hard to find. Don't know why I couldn't see it when she was mine. 'Cause I had a good one, beautiful woman, with more love than I could imagine. Let it slip right through my hands, wasting time, never making plans, and losing her is my greatest loss. Even though I know she's better off with a new life that she's found. Next time I'll know what to do, should a good one come around. Sit around and talk all day about what could have been, what should have been, but what gives me the most is I might not ever have the chance again. 'Cause I had a good one, beautiful woman, with more love than I could imagine. Let it slip right through my hands, wasting time, never making plans, and losing her is my greatest loss. Even though I know she's better off with a new life that she's found. Next time I'll know what to do, should a good one
Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com is brought to you by Julian's Po' Boys. Go check them out. See the guys over there. Tell them Fuzzy sent you from RadioLouisiana.com, and they'll roll out the red carpet treatment for you and just take care of you really, really well over there at Julian's Po' Boys. Also, a very special shout out to Cowboys Nightclub for being one of our title sponsors on this show that's in its infancy. And man, what a response from the people. Thank y'all so much. If you'd like to advertise on the show, it's real easy. All you have to do is send an email to fuzzy@radiolouisiana.com. Also, if you want to come on the show, if you want to submit your music, you can do it the same way, fuzzy@radiolouisiana.com. More with Freddie Pate in a little while, but right now, I'm going to send you way back. I had this record, and I'll burn it up. Oh, my God. And Kip, if you can hear this, I need another copy of this because, man, it's just... the MP3 doesn't do it any justice. Here's from the Truth or a Lie record. Little did I know. Kip Saunier on RadioLouisiana.com.
Little Jolene, my dark-haired darling, skin of ivory, angel eyes. Every man in Louisiana wanted her sweet love, but she swore on the Bible she was mine, all mine. Hey, little did I know she was wild as a bayou. Catch a man on a cane pole, hang his heart on the line. I thought I could hold her, me oh my, oh, little did I know she had bigger fish to fry. Brother tried to warn me, Mama, she scarred me. My friends all told me I was under her spell, but I wouldn't listen. I was lovesick. Without Jolene, life would be living hell. Hey, little did I know she was wild as a bayou. Catch a man on a cane pole, hang his heart on the line. I thought I could hold her, me oh my, oh, little did I know she had bigger fish to fry. At the church in the wild one, standing at the altar, little Jolene never showed. I heard later on she left with the dandy and headed down to Mexico. Hey, little did I know she was wild as a bayou. Catch a man on a cane pole, hang his heart on the line. I thought I could hold her, me oh my, oh, little did I know she had bigger fish to fry. Whoa, little did I know she had bigger fish to fry.
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com.
If you want Mexican food, you may want to find an El Paso Mexican Grill. So tasty, so authentic, with specials every Monday through Thursday and live music on the patio on Fridays and Saturdays. It's the best happy hour in Acadiana with 2-for-1 margaritas. Find a location today at elpasomex.com. That's elpasomex.com. Are you looking for live music, events, and festivals in Louisiana? Then you're in the right place. It's all here at liveandlocalacadiana.com. All Louisiana, all the time. liveandlocalacadiana.com.
Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com is written and produced by Jordan LaSalle in conjunction with Fuzzball Productions. The views and opinions of Fuzzy's Country Corner do not reflect on those of RadioLouisiana.com or this station.
Hour number 2 is upon us. You're in Fuzzy's Country Corner. This is RadioLouisiana.com. so much thanks to go out to our sponsors. Cowboys Nightclub. You can get live entertainment there every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. As a matter of fact, in a little while, you can come on out, hang out with me. I'll be at Cowboys tonight. Come on up. Say, hey, man, heard the show, and you never know, I might buy you a drink. It's a great night. Cowboys Nightclub, a fun environment under new management. My good friend Donovan, the manager there now at Cowboys, and let me just tell you guys, he is doing such a wonderful job at keeping the country music tradition alive in our area in Acadiana, and it just speaks volumes across the state with what he's doing. You know, Cowboys is synonymous with country music, and you know, Fuzzy's Country Corner is proud to be brought to you by Cowboys Nightclub. Julian's Po' Boys. Go check out Julian's Po' Boys. More with our sit down with Freddie Pate coming up on Fuzzy's Country Corner, RadioLouisiana.com.
Simple things I love the most, like conversation on your patio, and smoking Marlboro Lights as we opened up both our souls. Holding hands, laying on your couch, staring you down, not making a sound, and talking all night long without saying a word. I didn't want to get too close, so I ended up running from what I wanted the most. It's my last night in Baton Rouge, singing this song for nobody but you. I can't explain how I ended up this far gone. It hurts like hell, but I'm hanging on. I hid behind a bottle and a microphone. I don't know how I'm ever gonna tell you goodbye, but I'll try. The best night I ever had, you were taking a bubble bath, so I pulled out my heart, just singing to the door. Never told you who I wrote it about, I just never could get it out, 'cause I guess I was scared of what I'd found, 'cause you were too much to lose. So I tried to forget you, but it wasn't no damn use. It's my last night in Baton Rouge, singing this song for nobody but you. I can't explain how I ended up this far gone. It hurts like hell, but I'm hanging on, hid behind a bottle and a microphone. I don't know how I'm ever gonna tell you goodbye, I'll try. It's my last night in Baton Rouge, singing this song for nobody but you. I can't explain how I ended up this far gone. It hurts like hell, but I'm hanging on, hid behind a bottle and a microphone. I don't know how I'm ever gonna tell you goodbye. I don't know how I'm ever gonna tell you goodbye, but I'll try.
Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
Now, Dustin, let's talk about Hank's daddy. Tell me how his mama loved that man.
Just break out the bottle horse. I'll tell you about the drifting cowboy band. Man.
We won't talk about the habits, just the music and the man. Now, Dust, you just gotta tell me, did Hank Williams really write all them songs?
I don't deserve no answer, hoss. Let's a lot of them just move along.
Do you think he wrote them about Miss Audrey, or about the man who done her wrong? Back then they called him crazy. Nowadays they call him a saint. Now the ones that called him crazy still writing on his name. Well, if he was here with old Bocephus, would he think that he was right?
Hey, don't you know he would tone low? He'd be right here by our side.
And if they left for a show in Groveville, be the first one on the bus and ready to ride. Last one to go, hoss. Wherever he is, I hope he's happy. You know, I hope he's doing well.
Yeah, he got a one-arm around Hank's mama now, and he sure did love Miss Audrey and raising hell.
Well, I won't ask you no more questions. To the stories only Hank can tell. Well, back then they called him crazy, and nowadays they call him a saint. Most folks don't know that they fired him from the Opry, and that caused his greatest pain.
I'd love to tell you about Lovesick and how Miss Audrey loves that man.
You know I've always loved to listen to the stories about that drifting cowboy man and the man. When we get right down to it, still the most wanted outlaw in the land. Let's pick a little.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
You played on a bunch of Wayne Toops records after that point.
I did. Yeah.
You were in the famous Fish Out of Water band.
I was. I sure was.
Why don't you talk about that experience?
Well, in fact, so Wayne calls and he said, now the only thing is you'll have to be here, because I was living in Dallas, and he said, you'll have to be here for at least a couple months while we record the new album, which was the Fish Out of Water album. And so, I had a wife and a daughter at the time. My daughter was just coming into high school, and so we went ahead and just moved here. Much to the chagrin of my daughter, she didn't want to move here at all.
Sweetheart, look, I'm gonna need you to pack everything. We're leaving tonight.
Yeah. In fact, she flew down after we kind of got settled in, and I won't ever forget that ride home from the Baton Rouge airport, bro. I'm telling you, man, you could have cut it with a knife. I mean, she just despised moving here. But we, like I said, and so I just, I've always said, I moved here and never made enough money to leave. So, and then my daughter married a guy from Rain, and so I had some Arsenal.
Well, bless her heart.
Well, bless her heart. And so she started having Arsenal grandchildren. And so I just didn't. Really was no reason for me to leave. And so anyway, we started on the Fish Out of Water album, and that's in fact Mike Birch, another connection. Mike had worked for me, or not for me, but in a band that I was in as well in Dallas.
Oh wow!
Before he moved here, he's from Tyler originally, and so he was working the club circuit up in Fort Worth and Dallas, and we run across each other, and we were looking for a drummer in the band I was in, and we hired Mike, and we worked together for quite a while before he moved to Louisiana, and so Mike was in the band, Mark Miller was in the band, and Rick Lanya was in the band, and myself.
Your buddy RP had gone on by the wayside.
I think Rick was in the band, and so we started kind of working on the album. They had some songs that they were, definitely going to record, and then they had kind of weird. So how some of that came about was like we were in Studio B, just kind of rehearsing, getting ready to record the album, and we'd just get in there and kind of start jamming a little bit and come up with a groove, and then once we came up with a groove, then we started, thinking about lyrics, and in fact, that's how. Ooh La La came to be.
Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Ooh La La? Didn't you actually write that song?
Yeah, I did. Now we're all listed as writers on the actual song, and that's because everybody contributed to the groove, kind of, so we all kind of wrote it. And so we were in the studio, and I don't remember who came up with the groove, but we started grooving the thing, and Wayne started just singing "Ooh La La, hey hey hey," and so then we kind of, after we got it kind of set the way we wanted it, then Bobby Terry, they asked Bobby Terry to write. Bobby was working at the studio at the time as well, and asked him to write some lyrics, and he came back and they were okay, they just, but it wasn't really what we wanted. And so I took it home and kind of retooled it and came up with a different storyline and about the girl and all that stuff. And so I really wrote the finished product, so to speak. But again, everybody kind of had a hand.
Late last night, I was feeling alright, so I called my baby up on the phone. When she answered, I said, "Come on and get out of bed. I feel like jamming all night long." The place was already rocking, they were playing that song, and it was clear there was a party going on. It was a good time and crowd, they were cranking it loud, and everyone was singing.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
That was my first Wayne Toops record, actually, that I ever had.
Wow.
I can't wait to have Wayne on the show, actually, so we can talk about that.
You need to do that, man.
Yeah, I think it would. Wayne, if you're listening,
Yeah, I'll put a bug in his ear.
that could be
I
interesting.
Sure would, yeah. So we that album came out, and at that time, well, still, I mean, man, we were working, good Lord, right? Probably 250 dates a year.
Oh, wow, that's 5-6 nights a week.
Yeah, we stayed gone, man. I mean, we'd stay gone for 5 or 6 weeks at a time and never see the house, you know?
Yeah. Now you're still married at this point.
Yeah, I was at that point.
Yeah. So that's got to be taxing on a family life.
Yeah, I missed a lot of stuff. I did, but it's age-old stuff. I mean, it's age-old musician story. I mean, I'm not the first or the last guy that's going to miss a birthday or miss a holiday, or musicians. I mean, the holidays are our money days.
Yeah.
So,
we got to go out there and make that dollar.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really. I was never a July 4th celebrator. I was always playing, or Labor Day or any of those, Everybody else is sitting around the house barbecuing, and I just never got a chance to do that because I'm working.
Sit around the house. What is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
When I get home, I get put to work.
Yeah.
I need you to take out the trash.
Oh, yeah.
I need you to wash these dishes.
And I noticed that you didn't say your wife tries to get you to do it. You do it.
Well, that's the thing. You see, there's two things that you have to understand, Freddie. You see that guitar that you're sitting next to? I told her the first one that gets up and walks out the door could stay gone forever. Well, she left a long time ago. So.
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com. Fuzzy's Country Corner is brought to you by these local sponsors.
If you want Mexican food, you may want to find an El Paso Mexican Grill. So tasty, so authentic, with specials every Monday through Thursday and live music on the patio on Fridays and Saturdays. It's the best happy hour in Acadiana with 2-for-1 margaritas. Find a location today at elpasomex.com. That's elpasomex.com. Are you looking for live music, events, and festivals in Louisiana? Then you're in the right place. It's all here at liveandlocalacadiana.com. All Louisiana, all the time. liveandlocalacadiana.com.
Catch Fuzzy's Country Corner right here on RadioLouisiana.com Thursday evenings from 5 to 7.
Join me every Thursday night right here on RadioLouisiana.com as we talk to country music's greatest artists. Who will we have next week? Keep checking online and we'll show you. RadioLouisiana.com.
All country, all the time. Fuzzy's Country Corner.
My vision, I can find my way home. It doesn't matter when I'm all alone. I got that sixth sense, I follow the stars. But wherever I am, I wonder where you are. I walk a tightrope, I follow my heart. Just like a compass, whenever we're apart. I believe that love shining through, and I'd fly through the storm to find my way to you. 'Cause I'd be lost without you, baby. I'd be slowly going crazy. You're the place I wanna be. You're all I'll ever need. I'd be lost without you. It's on with the show. I got dreams and I'm chasing and places to go. But the follow, I wonder, here's what I find. Wherever I am, it's you that's on my mind. 'Cause I'd be lost without you, baby. I'd be slowly going crazy. You're the place I wanna be. You're all I'll ever need. I'd be lost for so long. I was caught up
the chase, trying to find my place. But who am I to ever deny? When the world got me down, it was you that showed me the way. I'd be lost without you, baby. I'd be slowly going crazy. You're the place I wanna be. You're all I'll ever need. I'd be lost. I'd be lost without you, baby. Slowly going crazy. You're the place I wanna be. All I'll ever need, I'd be lost.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
What led you to say, okay, Zydecation's not doing it for me anymore? I gotta go out and I gotta do Freddie Pate.
I've always, been, the aspiration and dream has always been to actually go out there and do it on my own kind of deal. And just the way life circumstances kind of fall sometimes, I spend a lot of time being somebody's guitar player, and I enjoy that role. I mean, it's a fun deal too for me, because it's playing music. But I was I was creeping up on 60 years old. And I said, and then what had happened was Butch Tinker, who's a really good friend of mine, and he wrote Crossroads, and he wrote You're All I Drink About. We had recorded an album on him. And and one of the songs that he recorded was Crossroads. And he actually wrote that song. It's kind of a biographical song about me. And kind of some stuff I was going through, and so we recorded it on him, and I told him, I said, and I produced the record. So when we got finished, I said, look, man, I just want to go in and sing a track on it, just so I'll have it for my own personal, deal. And so in the meantime, I played it for Rick Lagno, and me and Rick have been friends obviously since first Dwayne Tubes days, and Rick just fell out, man. He said, bruh, we need to record this song on you. And so from that kind of led to the whole Crossroads project. And again, I got to thank Kelly and Delane Jones, friends from Houston that I met on the Delbert McClinton cruise several years ago. And it's one of those deals where Delane passed away a couple of years ago. Now she had cancer, but before she passed away, she kind of reminded me of my grandma in that, if somebody tells you long enough that you're good and you need to do this, you start believing it, kind of. And she kind of, between her and Rick, it kind of ignited a fire that I thought had really was gone. I said, well, I'm, resigned myself to the fact that I'll be a sideman, and that's okay. I'm making a good living, I'm having a good time. But they kind of started that fire, and once that fire got started, it was almost impossible to put out. And I was Wayne's road manager as well as playing guitar. And
that had to create a lot of relationships with club owners.
Oh yeah, but and I mean this in the nicest possible way if Wayne's listening, but sometimes Wayne could be a pretty big babysitting job,
No, I've never heard that.
And I mean that with all the love in my heart, because I love doing it for him. But I realized that there was no way that I could spend the amount of time that I needed to this project and devote the time that I needed to do his business as well. And so I just kind of sat him down. We sat down and talked to him, and I just told him, man, I've got to do this. and he understood. You know, he gets it. You know, he understands that, you know, I'm an artist in my own right, and you know, to pursue a dream. I mean, he's living his dream, and he gets it. Yeah, so, you know, there was no animosity or anything. It's just one of those deals, you know. And I know, you know, and it was a bittersweet moment for me as well. I mean, you know, I've been knowing Wayne for 30 years or better, and, you know, worked on stage with him 10 years, 5 years at a time. And so, you know, we're really close friends as well. And so it was, you know, it was bittersweet for me too. Plus, I was having a pretty good time. I mean, you know, it was great.
Yeah, the crowds are huge.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, you're working with, you know, the Kingfish on the Gulf Coast. I mean, you can't get much better than that. But, you know, so we took a shot, and things are going okay. You know, I mean, I'm not pulling Wayne Toop's crowd yet, but, you know.
Yeah, but
who among us is?
Well,
besides Wayne Toops.
Well, there's that one fella.
Yeah,
I can't even name it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But so you go in, you cut this record, and then you decide, oh wow, I got a bunch of songs here. What's going to be the first single?
Yeah, that was another deal. And again, Kelly and Delane Jones were, and in fact, if you look at on the back of the CD, it's their picture, because Kelly has been just a benefactor, a emotional support, a mentor, just a lot of things, almost like a dad to me in the last 5 years or so. And so we went to Nashville. And Bobby Terry, you know,
again, your old friend Bobby Terry.
My grandpa always said, if you want to make $1 million next year, you don't go to a guy that made $500,000 this year. So when I called
Grandpa
Bobby,
was a smart man.
Yes, he was. So I called Bobby Terry and said, look, I want to cut an album. I'm going to let you produce it, and you've got free reign. Whatever you say goes. Because again, you know, you don't hire a guy to do a job and then not let him. So he called me back with the list of musicians, and I was like, cool, bruh. I mean, these guys are the guys that have played on all the hit records in the last 20 years.
Brent Mason, Larry Franklin, Scott Sanders.
Yeah, I mean, all those guys.
Buddy Hyatt.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Even some local guys, though.
Oh, yeah.
Local guys, I see Mike Birch, Adrian Boudreaux, Chevy Foreman.
Yeah, there's a story behind that, too. So we went to Nashville, cut the tracks, and one of the tracks that we cut was, as part of the group, was I Got the Blues, a song that I had written years ago that I used to do with Wayne all the time. And, you know, as good as those guys are, and they are the best, no question, hands down, period. They just didn't capture it, man. It all, you know, it sounded kind of like a hipped up country song, kind of. And, you know, I really wanted it to be a blues song.
I want to have some grease.
Yeah, exactly.
Get dark with it.
We came back home, and I called Mike and Chevy and Adrian, and we went over to, and God forgive me, I can't remember the guy's studio, but here in town somewhere, and put that track down, and Awesome and Austin down as well. And, you know, I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You know, I mean, it's perfect. I mean, the groove's there. You know, plus, again, you know, we've been playing this song for the last 5 years live too on stage. So
there's a lot of gelling going on.
Yeah,
there.
Just a lot of groove stuff that's kind of unspoken. You know. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so we get finished with the album, and we were gonna hang our hat really on Crossroads. I mean, that was going to be the song. I mean, because it's a powerful song. It's a great song. In fact, it spent number one for 6 weeks, I think, on the HLE gospel chart last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a powerful song, and it's a universal song. You know, I mean, because everybody goes through a crossroads at some point, either a divorce, a death, your kids going to college, you know, whatever it is. And so it touched a lot of people. But Bobby sent me, as part of a batch of songs that he sent that he wanted me to consider to record, he sent me All Watered Down. And when I first heard it, I really could not believe that somebody had not cut that song. It was it's just such a powerful message and so timely as well. And so, you know, so we switched gears and said, well, that's going to be the first single, and it did really well. I mean, it got into the top 40 at the Texas music charts, and we did the video, and it's gotten us a lot of mileage. But again, you know, you can't argue with the truth. And it is. It's true. It's a true song. And there's a lot of folks that feel exactly the same way about this country and the state of where we're at. And that's why, again, you know, if you'd have sang it, or if he'd have sang it, or anybody, whoever would sing that song, it would move people, because it's just a powerful song. You know, I just happen to be blessed enough to be the vehicle, but it's a great song.
Well, being as it's such a great song, let's play it right now. This is All Watered Down, Freddie Pate on Fuzzy's Country Corner, RadioLouisiana.com.
I ain't too young to remember the way that it was. Back when kids said the pledge and $1, read in God we trust. So many changes have been made with so little thought. And they all may seem justified, but just look what we've lost. They took the Christ out of Christmas and the sun out of Sunday. They took the right out of righteous and let the devil have his way. The meaning of freedom has been turned inside out, and what they're serving these days is too weak to taste, 'cause it's all watered down. There was a time when we stood behind what we thought, and we didn't care who it turned on or who it ticked off. And we never got anywhere by not crossing no lines. And for anyone stoops any lower, I think it's high time. We put the Christ back in Christmas and the sun back in Sunday. We put the right back in righteous and send the devil on his way. Because the meaning of freedom has been turned inside out, and what they're serving these days is too weak to taste, 'cause it's all watered down. Well, I've had the good stuff, but the way it is now, if you poured me a glass, well, I'd have to pass, 'cause it's all watered down. It's all watered down.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
And we're back with Freddie Pate sitting in the studio with us
That
this
would be
afternoon. Yeah, Fred, you've came from a long way away to do this interview, man.
Oh, man. Nothing. Man,
like-
let me tell you something, man. I live in my truck. You hear me? I've got a 2006 Avalanche, and it's got 365,000 miles on it.
That's American-made products
That's
right there.
right.
Good old
right.
Detroit
Good old
style.
USA, baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I spend a lot of time on the road, which is okay, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I tell people, I'm not complaining, I'm just explaining.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand.
Because I've been in both places, like sitting at my house. You know what I mean? With no work and nothing to do. So
Looking around going, I might have to go get a real job.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that thought has crossed my mind a time or two. But then I go lay
How
down.
recent?
Well, I go lay down until it passes. You know what I mean?
Fuzzy's Country Corner will be right back. RadioLouisiana.com.
I've been thinking about our love situation, all this attraction in the present tense. I've reached the only logical conclusion: love ain't supposed to make sense. This ain't no thinking thing, right brain, left brain, it goes a little deeper than that. It's a chemical, physical, emotional devotion, passion that we can't hold back. There's nothing that we need to analyze. There ain't no rhyme or reason why. 'Cause this ain't no thinking thing. Forget mathematical equations, self-help, psychology. Gray matter don't matter much, darling, when it's getting down to you and me. Oh, this ain't no thinking thing, right brain, left brain, it goes a little deeper than that. It's a chemical, physical, emotional devotion, passion that we can't hold back. There's nothing that we need to analyze. There ain't no rhyme or reason why. 'Cause this ain't no thinking thing. There's nothing that we need to analyze. There ain't no rhyme or reason why. 'Cause this ain't no thinking thing. This ain't no thinking thing. This ain't no thinking thing, girl, no.
Back to Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com.
Butch Tinker, Butch has been singing with you on the Jamboree.
Yeah,
and
18 years he's been with us. 17 years, I think.
Yeah, if you haven't gone out and checked out one of the Freddie Pate shows, Freddie puts on these shows during the year. There's the Jamboree, there's the Rock and Swamp Pop show,
And the Bebop Hop.
the Bebop Hop.
Yeah.
All those events go on throughout the year, and you can check them out on FreddiePate.com and.
And that's another deal, when we started that show back in 1999, man. It's 18 years we've been doing this. And, people told me when we started it, they said, oh, no, it'll never last. I mean, classic country music. And look, at the time, we were doing it every month. For 15 years, we did it, 14 or 15 years, we did it every month.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And people said, oh, no, it'll never work. Classic country music on a Saturday night with no drinking, no dancing, no smoking in South Louisiana. It'll never work.
Just doesn't go together.
Yeah, and here we are 18 years later. Again, you can't believe the press in that, they say, oh, well, people don't want to hear country music. That's a lie. That's
fake
lie.
News.
That's a lie, yeah.
Yeah, so...
A lie from the devil.
Speaking of country music, when you listen to Crossroads and you read the book that comes with this. This is actually the second time I've gotten a chance to look at this book. It's just like so informative, and it's so related to the musician because you have the Nashville charts in there.
Yeah.
I can play every song on this record.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the chart is there
and the words, so you can sing along and play along.
Yeah, that's just an incredible thing.
And I have to tell you, I would like to say that I am the genius behind that, but Rick Lanyo helped me produce this record. And he did. He's the one that put this all together, the booklet and everything. And he called me one night about 11:30, and before we, while we were deciding what we were going to do as far as packaging, and he said, you remember when you used to go to the, country concerts and rock concerts, and you could buy like a program, and it would have pictures of the band backstage or them fishing and stories about each one of them. I said, yeah. He said, man, what do you think about doing something like that for the album? And I said, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And listen, man, I cannot tell you the comments and the praise that we've gotten for that packaging, and it's all literally due to Rick, because it was Rick's brainchild.
Yeah, that's
he did a great job on it.
I mean, it's very high quality. But back to Butch.
Yeah,
Butch has been with you 17, 18 years,
time.
And Butch also wrote Crossroads.
Yes, he did.
Which is on this record, but he had another song that he wrote on this record, and man, it's a country song.
That's a country song,
man.
Absolutely.
The first line of a country song should draw you in. Whether it was all that I could do to keep from crying, hello heartache, who let you in, and then there's this. So Freddie, why don't you play that for us? And it's going to be a treat for me. Ladies and gentlemen, right here live on RadioLouisiana.com. This is Fuzzy's Country Corner, brought to you by Cowboys Nightclub and Julian's Po' Boys and all our great sponsors. Here's Freddie Pate live.
Turn the knob and softly close the door. And I wonder what you're trying to be quiet for. No questions, just another girl's night out. Lately, you're all I drink about. There's been little things here lately said and done, doing new things you never thought were fun. There's a twinkle in your eye, it's new and there's no doubt. Lately, you're all I drink about. I just wonder if I've done all I can do to keep you. Or maybe I'm
just feeling things that ain't true. Oh, and even if they were, you know I'd find a way to work things out. Oh, lately, you're all I drink about. Lately, you're all I drink about.
Freddie Pate there, man.
Thank you, Butch.
Good. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one right there.
We've been friends a long time. Whenever it's a Freddie Pate show, it's by the numbers. You know, there's a set list. You know, the band is wearing black. Freddie is probably wearing a $10,000 Manuel suit.
There you go, boy.
You know, I mean,
You could be in my band. Some of those guys don't get it.
Yeah,
I need you to send a memo out.
Man, you see, a memo.
That's pretty good.
They have those anymore? Memos?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm showing my age.
Yeah, I worked for Gigi Shin, man. You know, the band wore black.
Oh, yeah, man. Me too.
Hey, you guys, put that black on. I'm going to wear this $2,500 crushed velvet suit.
Well, but you know, man, I see guys nowadays, and I'm not calling anybody out. It's just my personal opinion, but you know, the way some of these stars dress is just beyond me. I mean, we were coming in from Texas today, and there's I don't even know I don't even know the guy's name. Anyway, one of the New Country guys, Billboard for the Golden Nugget, and I mean, it's a picture of him with his cap on backwards for a promo picture. I mean, and I'm like, you know, if I spend, and you're gonna probably spend, I don't know how much, probably $60, $70 for a ticket.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to see a guy that looks like the guy that works on my car.
Hey,
And
the guy that works on my...
I'm not dogging the guy that works on my car, because believe me, I love the guy that works on my car. I can tell you that. And when you got 375,000 miles, you're real close to it. You know what I mean?
Hey, the guy that works on my car is a really good musician.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's a really good musician.
But my point is that, you know, I've always believed that when people are paying money to come see me, that they should get their money's worth, and part of that is visual, and that's why, you know. And the other thing is, you know, the reason I make the guys wear black, so to speak, is because you can't trust them to wear things that they're supposed to wear. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when your drummer shows up with a shirt that says "I'd hit that," probably not a good
there
thing.
it is. Exactly.
Man, go shave your face and put a black shirt on. Preferably without that on.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah,
and don't go get drunk the night before.
Oh, or the night of, either. You know. Yeah,
I'm guilty.
But, you know, I mean, I'm from the old school, man. I'm from the old school, and I always will be, I guess. You know, I mean, I won't. I play gigs outside. In fact, I played a gig outside this past Saturday, and you know, you won't see me. I mean, very, very few pictures of me with shorts on stage.
Oh, I can't do it.
Not going to happen. I mean, I don't care if it's 160 degrees. I'm going to put a pair of jeans on and a nice shirt. You know, yeah. I think my grandma beat that into me. You know, I'm telling you. But,
and there we are, back to the beginning, coming full circle.
It's true, though. You know, I mean, a lot of things the things that I do and I believe come literally from her. You know, she was big on, you know, getting out there and shaking people's hands and talking to them and being nice to people, and it's a pleasure for me to do that. But I think that's a habit instilled from her, in that, you know, you got to get out there and people want to know you. People want to get to know you, and so I do that at all my shows. If you come to the Rice Theater, I go at the intermission. I take the time to go up and down every aisle and try to shake as many hands as I can and say hello to folks. You know, it's not.
That's why it's been so successful.
Maybe so. You know, well, you know, I think the
great music has something to do with it too.
Yeah, well, sure. But I do believe that, you know, people can tell if you're real or not, and if they don't feel like that you care about them, then they're not really much interested in you. you know.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Yeah,
you know?
I believe that. I really do. You know?
Hopefully somebody out there is listening and will pick up on that. You know, that's a good lesson to learn.
Absolutely. And listen, I mean, I can't do it quite as much or as extensive in clubs, obviously. But I mean, you know, I do make sure that I walk through the crowd so that if somebody does want to talk to me or say hello or introduce themselves, you know, I'll take the time. And I don't care if I'm in Walmart. I don't care if I'm, you know, washing my hands at the urinal, whatever it is. No, I'm not washing my hands at the urinal. I didn't mean that. although I may have done that a time or two at Cowboys, I'm not sure.
Speaking of Cowboys, Fuzzy's Country Corner is brought to you by Cowboys Nightclub in Scott, Louisiana, where they have live music every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. So, Freddie, what's your favorite cover tune to play? You know, what's the one that just you go, whoo, I get excited?
God, man, really?
Why are you looking at me like that?
Well, I mean, you know.
You just gave me that look like I kicked your dog.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, you're asking. It's hard to narrow those things down.
Well, you've had a long career of playing music. You know.
That's true. Well, this will probably surprise you.
Oh, really? Well, I'm ready to be taken by surprise. Here's Freddie Pate on Fuzzy's Country Corner.
I swore the last time that you let me down, that I wouldn't see you if you came around. But I can't tell my heart what's right or wrong, and I've been so lonesome since you've been gone. You've got me under your spell again, saying those things again, making me believe you're just mine. You got me dreaming those dreams again, thinking those things again. I've gotta take you back just one more time. Everybody tells me I'm just a fool, that I never should have put my faith in you. And way down deep inside, I guess I know it's true, but what makes me feel the way you do. You've got me under your spell again, saying those things again, making me believe you're just mine. You got me dreaming those dreams again, thinking those things again. I've got to take you back just one more time. I've gotta take you back just one more time.
Whoa. 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 Man, that's the one, huh?
That's the one. I love that song, man. Good. I love that song. I love that. Yeah, I just love that song. Great song. Buck was a big influence too. I mean, Don Rich, his guitar player, was a big influence on me and my guitar playing for real too. But in L.A., Buck was a big deal because he was right there from Bakersfield, and so he in fact he played the clubs there, and he would show up at places, and so he was kind of a hometown hero, so to speak.
So that's where you learn that show up and just jump on stage thing, huh? How many times have you done that to us, and we love it every time?
Oh my God, man! Yeah.
Well, Freddie, thank you so much for the influence. Thanks so much for coming by, and we really appreciate having you on.
Oh man, I enjoyed it. Thank you so much, and again, I'm proud for you. I'm glad we need these internet radio stations are just coming. I mean, they're exploding.
Oh yeah,
and,
it's getting big.
And I've said this before that I don't know, 5 years ago even, guys like me and Dustin and Ken Holloway and Jeff Dugan, I mean, we could cut a record, but for what? I mean, nobody play it. The major radio stations won't play it, and the internet radio and Facebook and that whole explosion has made it possible for guys like me and those guys, independent guys, to actually get our music out here and get it heard to people that want to hear it and appreciate it. And so I'm sure they will tell you too, but I appreciate what y'all do too, man. I really do.
That's what
God
we're here
bless you,
for.
man.
That's what we're here for. Freddie, if we if anybody wanted to get more information, say Freddie Pate tour dates or the Facebook, social media, how do we get a hold of you?
FreddiePate.com, that's the website, and then I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, I'm trying to get on food stamps.
Match.com.
I'm trying to get on food stamps. So I can.
Fuzzy's Country Corner on RadioLouisiana.com is written and produced by Jordan LaSalle in conjunction with Fuzzball Productions. The views and opinions of Fuzzy's Country Corner do not reflect on those of RadioLouisiana.com or this station.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Fuzzy's Country Corner. It's a weekly show right here on RadioLouisiana.com. Thanks to all our great sponsors, Cowboys Nightclub, Julian's Po' Boys, live and local, Acadiana.com, El Paso Mexican Restaurant. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and thanks so much for the support. Until next week, hold the ones you love close because you aren't promised tomorrow, and don't take life too seriously because nobody's getting out alive. My name's Fuzzy saying good evening, God bless, and we'll see you on the other side.